You demand, we deliver. Welcome to the world of quality education at affordable prices with KSJ Teaching. I hope all of you guys are doing really good with your studies and overall also with your health also. You people are doing fantastic. Okay, so guys, this series is on cost accounting standards. This is specifically for CMA intermediate students, CMA inter students, paper number 8. Now the question is, sir, is it for new course or old course? This is for both old course as well as new course because the cost accounting standards are same. The paper number is same, the paper is same, paper number 8, CMA Intermediate Cost Accounting Standards. One series of cost accounting standards is already available on a YouTube channel, but that is in Hindi. So a lot of students are from the southern part of India who were demanding the series, sir, please cover the cost accounting standards in English. So this series is going to be completely on YouTube. All the cost accounting standards from 1 to 24 we are going to cover on YouTube. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that whenever we are uploading the lecture, you get the notified, right? You get the notification that yes, the lecture is now available and you can plan your time accordingly. And if you think you have got some benefit from this video, do hit the like button and share with all your friends. These are going to be absolutely free of cost. And if you are new to the channel, if you don't know what is there on the channel, guys, complete lectures of cost accounting are available on our channel, right? For old course, cost accounting and financial management both are available if I talk about CMA intermediate specifically. Okay, so all the lectures are available free of cost. If you want the handbooks in line with these lectures, you can buy from our website, that is www.ksjteaching.org. And we are starting with a special series for exclusively CMA students, old course students. One is the module series that we are going to start that will be available on our mobile app. All the download links are given in the video description. Do check it out, right? And do watch the video till the end because we are going to have in-depth discussion on what are the cost accounting standards. So this is an introduction video where I'm going to tell you that what was the need of these standards, why these standards came into place, right? You have studied about accounting standards. And in the auditing, we study about the standards on auditing. What is the need of these standards? You will study all the standards, CAS 1 to 24, that this and this and this, 1 is about this, 2 is about this. So we'll study everything, but you should know why you are studying it. What is the need for that? Because if you don't know the need, then how will you try to connect? Understood? So what was the need of these standards? See, very simple. I'll take a very simple example. Just try to imagine from your real life. You are studying. Right? You are preparing for your examination and you are very confident that you don't need to prepare any notes. You will remember each and everything what the teacher is telling, no need of any notes and anything. What will happen during the exam days? Can you imagine a situation? What will happen? It will be a total chaos, isn't it? During the examination days, you won't know that from where to study. Because you have not prepared your notes, you have not recorded anything which was being told in the lectures, you have not written anything. The same thing applies with the business. The businessman says, I am manufacturing a product. If the businessman doesn't know how much is the cost that has been incurred on manufacturing that product, how can he set the selling price? Then how can he tell that how much is the profit that he is earning? Isn't it? Let's say you are manufacturing a particular product, you are manufacturing a t-shirt. If you don't know what is the cost that has been incurred in manufacturing a piece of t-shirt, then how can you set the selling price? How will you be able to identify the profit that you are earning from the t-shirt? You won't be able to do that, as simple as that, right? So that is why it necessitated that you should write down your costing thing. You should maintain your costing records. That is why it says the maintenance of the cost record was introduced by Companies Amendment Bill 1965 through Section 2091D. Right? This section says that every company shall keep at its registered office proper books of account. Which account? Cost accounts. Right? With respect to, in case of a company pertaining to any class of companies engaged in production, processing, manufacturing or mining, such particulars relating to utilization of material or labor to other items of cost. That means anyone who is involved in the activities of production or process or manufacturing or mining, right, that company should be maintaining the proper books of cost, that what has been the cost incurred on material, what is the cost that is incurred on labor heads or the other items of cost, that is overheads. right? So that you are able to provide the proper information. See, when we are talking from the company point of view, there are stakeholders in the company. Who are the stakeholders? Those who have invested money in the company. They are always interested in knowing what is the company earning, what is the profit of the company. But if the company doesn't know what is the cost, then how can the company identify profit? Isn't it? The company will not be able to at all, right? So it will be just a random game then. Everything will be in the air. Okay. Then no need to go into details of all this. I am just giving you the overview and why was the need of these standards, so that there is a proper flow where you record your costing things, right? What is the cost that is incurred on the material? What is the cost that is incurred on labor and other things, right? So there were various expert committees which were set up to set out the rules that how these cost records should be maintained, to evaluate the need and implementation, that why there is a need for the cost records and how cost record maintenance and how it should be implemented, so that every company in the sector is able to implement it, right? That is why it is beneficial. If one company is implementing, the other is not implementing, then it is not a healthy competition, right? One company will be earning the profit based on the proper records, and one is earning profit just in the air, right? All the records are just in the air. Then how can you compare the performance of two companies in the same industry? You won't be able to do that, right? So there were various companies. One was chaired by Dr. JJ Irani, set up by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. That these are cost records are very special instruments, very important, and all those things, right? Nothing to go into the detail of that. Then the rules were set. Now, firstly, they identified that it is important to record the cost, right? But then it was very important that some rules should be given that how you have to record it. First is you have to record the cost. One thing is clear, but how to record it, for that the proper rules are given. The first set of rules were given, the Cost Accounting Record Rules 2011, that how these records are to be maintained, right? Detailed definition of manufacturing, what is included, what all type of industries are included in the manufacturing activity, mining activity, processing, everything was given in those rules, right? Which of the companies are required to maintain the records, that applicability of the rules linked to three criteria: the aggregate net worth of the company is 5 crores and above, total turnover 20 crores and above, and the shares or securities are listed in any of the stock exchange in and outside India. That is a regulated company, right? So it should be a regulated company that is being regulated by the stock exchange. Okay. So all these rules were given. Then there were further set of rules which were there, which came into in 2014. Right. Presently, Section 148 of the Companies Act 2013, read with Companies Cost Records and Audit Rules 2014, and Companies Cost Record and Audit Amendment Rules 2014, deal with the provisions relating to maintenance of cost records. So earlier these were Rules 2011, then these were amended in 2014. Now currently if we talk about, it is Section 148 of the Companies Act 2013, right? But it is to be read with the other rules. Clear? Now he says that the companies to which the maintenance of records applicable are divided into two categories. One is the Table A, that is the regulated sector. Earlier they said this was only for regulated sector only. Only for regulated sector. Then they have divided the companies into two parts. One is the regulated sector, that is Table A, and Table B is the non-regulated sector. The rules prescribe an exhaustive list of industry, sector, product, services which need to prepare the cost records along with their respective CETA headings. That is related to the cost records only, that how you are giving the headings. Okay. The cost records are made mandatory across all these industries wherein the annual turnover from all its products and services during the immediately preceding financial year is 35 crores. Earlier it was 20 crores. Now it is 35 crores. Okay. The requirement of the compliance certificate has been dispensed with. Then the rules were set that how to record it. Once the rules were set, the rules were regarding that which all companies need to prepare the cost accounting records. But what is the problem that happened after that? The problem was that every company was preparing the cost statements according to their understanding. There were no set standards, right? One was writing material cost at the end. One was writing material cost at the top. One was considering material cost as indirect cost. One was considering as direct cost. So there was no, I can say, one common rules, one common standard on which every company was preparing the statements. No, there was not. There was no common ground, right? So if there is no common ground, every company is interpreting the rules, interpreting the cost in their own understanding. They are preparing the records, that is fine. They are following the rules that our company is required by the law to prepare this. Our company will prepare it. But the problem was the interpretation of the cost. Every company was doing the interpretation according to their understanding, right? Whatever the person who is assigned this duty of, preparing the cost records, he or she was preparing it according to his or her understanding, right? So for that, to bring all the industries to a common ground, the cost accounting standards were set. The cost accounting record rules set by the government for the industries deal with the various items of the cost and the way in which they have to be reported in the cost statement. This is important. The way in which they have to be reported in the cost statement, this was the biggest problem. In accordance with the cost accounting principles, obviously the basic principles need to be followed. Since there was no generally accepted cost accounting principles, they were left to be understood by each company or by just each cost accountant as they understand, or with reference to explanation given in the various textbooks on the subject. So everyone was interpreting according to their understanding, their knowledge. This led to adoption of practices with a lack of uniformity. There was no uniformity across the industries, across the various institutions, right, in the preparation and presentation of cost statements. Sir, if there is no uniformity, how will you be able to compare? How will you be able to identify that if one particular industry is doing well or not? You will not be able to do that. That was the biggest problem, right? So to promote uniformity, there was an urgent need to integrate, harmonize, and standardize the cost accounting principles and practices, right? For that, they come up with the cost accounting standards. Therefore, the generally accepted cost accounting principles have been clearly defined and well documented in the form of cost accounting standards. So cost accounting standards basically tell us how to deal with a particular type of a cost, what should be the treatment, and when you are presenting it in the cost statement, how you should be doing it, right? Otherwise, there was no uniformity. To bring the uniformity, or these cost accounting standards have been given, right? So advantages of the cost accounting standards, obviously they bring the uniformity, providing a structured approach to measurement in the cost in the manufacturing process or the service industry, integrating, harmonizing, and standardizing the cost accounting principles and practices which were otherwise being interpreted by each individual in his or her own way. Providing guidance to the users to achieve the uniformity and consistency in classification, measurement, and arriving at the basis of computing the cost of the product, activity, or services, enabling the practicing members to make use of the cost accounting standards in the attestation of the general purpose cost statements, and assisting in the clear and uniform understanding of all the related issues by the various user organizations, government bodies, regulators, research agencies, academic institutions, and I will say even the investors, right? Let's say I want to invest in a particular company. Right? There are 2-3 options which I have for the investment purposes. Now I am looking at each company, and if each of the company is following the different set of the rules, then how will I be able to compare and decide that in which company I want to invest, isn't it? So there was a need to bring all the companies in a uniform set of rules, so that everybody is able to interpret it in the right way, they get the right direction. So basically you are showing the direction to each and every people who are interpreting in their own way, right? Now after that, the cost accounting standards board was set up, which was entrusted with this job of writing down, of creating all these standards and revising them from time to time as per the needs of industry, as per the needs of the market, okay? So the Council of Institute of Cost Accountants of India has constituted Cost Accounting Standards Board, CASB, with the objective of formulating the cost accounting standards after recognizing the need for structured approach to measurement of cost, so as to provide guidance to user organization, government bodies, regulators, everyone to achieve uniformity. That means the basic purpose or the basic function of the CASB is to formulate the cost accounting standards. Secondly, to revise the cost accounting standards from time to time as per the needs of the market. That is very important. The revision is very important, right? So the composition is given for the cost accounting standard board. You can just go through it once. What is the composition? Who all are the members of this cost accounting standard board, right? So, sir, where is this document? This document is taken from the institute module only, right? This is the CMA module. This is the new course module, basically. That is why it is looking colorful, because this is the new course module. In the old course also it is same. Nothing to worry, right? So objectives and functions. So everything is clear. Objective, what is the function of the CASB? It is to formulate the cost accounting standards, revise the cost accounting standards, provide the guidelines to the cost accountants that how you should be dealing with the particular items of the cost, right? So all these things, all these are the functions of the CSB. Just go through it once, nothing to go into the very details of it. You should just know what is CASB, what is the purpose of CASB, what is the function of CASB, the basic function you should be knowing, right? After that, these are the cost accounting standards. We have 24 cost accounting standards, 1 to 24, right, that we will be covering. And in this, sir, the CAS4, this is given wrong. This production for captive consumption, this was the older one. After GST, it has already been revised, right? We will be covering the new one. This is not production for captive consumption. What they have done is they have copied pasted from the previous module. The previous module was before GST module. That is why there was no amendment. But the CAS4 has been revised, right? So this is not correctly given in the new module itself. We will be doing the new CAS4. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to do all the CAS now, starting from CAS 1 to 3. I'll make a separate video for each of the CAS, right? And we will be studying some little more than what is given in the books, right? We'll be going into the depth of it, because that will help you in the CMA final also. In the CMA final also you have the cost accounting standard. So we'll be going little bit more than what is just specifically mentioned in the CMA module. Okay, so don't worry about it. Don't think that sir is going beyond that, teaching something, hi-fi. No, it is not like that, right? I just want you people to have the best of knowledge. That is more important. It is not that we have to restrict ourselves to what is given in the book only, right? We can have an extra knowledge, because that will help us as a professional. Tomorrow, as a professional, when you will be doing the job, when you will be going for the practice, all these things are going to help you there, right? So it is very important. And as you know, many of you who are watching this video, you must have seen my regular course that is available, that in every of the topic, what I want is to go into the in-depth, because if I'm not able to go into the in-depth and explain you what is the core of that topic, then there is no fun in teaching that, right? The fun in the teaching, the main purpose of teaching is that it should reach your heart, it should reach your mind, but most importantly, the thing should reach your heart. And once it reaches your heart, you will not forget that thing, right? Okay, so in the next part, we will be starting with our cost accounting standard 1, that is the classification of cost. Very easy cost accounting, small videos will be preparing, and the notes of this, all the cost accounting notes are already available on our mobile app KSJ Teaching. For iOS also, for Android also, the links are given in the video description. Go there, search the free study material section. You will get there. You will find this cost accounting standard notes from CAS 1 to CAS 24. All the 24 cost accounting standard notes are available free of cost. So download the app and download the notes. Okay, that will be really helpful, because from those notes only we will be covering in this lecture, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep studying, keep sharing. Thank you so much.